The deflector. Someone says something kind, and it almost lands. Almost. Then comes the laugh, the redirect, the joke. Stop. You're being nice. You don't have to say that. They're not being modest. They just can't let it sit there, because letting it sit means believing it. And believing it means it can be taken back. So they move the moment along, before it has the chance to mean anything, before they have to figure out what to do with it. The one already waiting for it to end. They receive it. They smile. They say the right things. But underneath, something is already counting. How long it's been good. How much longer it can last. It's not pessimism. It's protection. If you're already braced for the ending, it can't knock the wind out of you the way it did before. So they hold love at a slight distance, close enough to feel it, far enough to survive when it goes, and it always goes. That's the only thing they know for certain. The one who feels like they haven't earned it yet. The love comes and it feels like a mistake, like they caught it by accident. They think, if you really knew me, the whole version, the parts I keep quiet, you wouldn't feel that way. So they hold it carefully, like borrowed money, grateful for it and already thinking about when they'll have to give it back. They don't push it away. They just never fully claim it, because claiming it means deserving it. And they're not sure they're there yet. The one who pulls away. When it gets real, things are good, really good. And that's exactly when they start to go quiet. Not because something went wrong, because nothing did. Closeness feels like standing at the edge of something high, and they've fallen before, so they take one step back, then another, until there's enough distance to feel like themselves again. It's not that they don't want it. It's that wanting it that much, and being that close to having it, is the most terrifying thing they know. The one who receives it perfectly and feels nothing. They do everything right. Thank you. I know. I love you too. And then they're alone, and they wait for something to arrive. Some feeling that matches the words they just said. It doesn't come. Not because they're cold, because somewhere along the way, they learned to perform receiving without ever actually opening the door. They got so good at the outside of it that they forgot how to let anything in, and now they're not sure they remember how. The one who only feels it after it's gone. While it was there, they kept it at arm's length. Careful, measured, never fully in. And then it left, and something cracked open that they didn't know was closed. They didn't know how much they wanted it until they were standing in the space it used to fill, realizing they'd had it, right there, and kept it just far enough away that losing it still caught them completely off guard. The grief arrives late, but it arrives fully, and that's when they finally understand what they were protecting themselves from feeling all along. The one who gives more than they take. They're always on the giving side, showing up, checking in, remembering everything, and when someone tries to return it, they deflect, redirect, make it about something else. It looks like generosity, and some of it is, but some of it is armor, because if you're always giving, you never have to stand there with your hands open. You never have to be still enough and vulnerable enough to receive. You never have to trust that something will land and stay. And that trust, that's the hardest part. That's the part they're still not ready for. The tester. They don't do it on purpose, but they push. Too much too soon. Gone when they should stay. Difficult in moments that don't require it. They need to know if it's real, if it holds, if you'll still be there after you've seen the parts that are harder to love. And when it breaks, and sometimes it does, they're not surprised. Just back to knowing what they always knew. That love has conditions, that it runs out, that it was only a matter of time before they found where the edge was. Not being able to receive love doesn't mean you don't want it. Sometimes it means you want it so much that letting it in feels like the most dangerous thing you could do, because you know what it costs to lose something you actually let yourself have. So you find a way to live in the almost, close enough to feel it, far enough to survive it leaving, and from the outside it looks like distance, like walls, like not caring, but it's not. It's someone who cared so much they built an entire life around never having to show it, and still hopes, quietly, privately, that one day something gets through anyway.